Hi friends, David here from Above AVL, and of course, learn stage lighting. And stretch a little bit. Now we are in our third video in this little series about basically different tempos or speeds or energy levels of songs and how we can get the most out of our lighting in each type of song. So if you haven't checked it out, check out the videos. They'll be below and anywhere else we can link them about slow tempo songs, mid-tempo songs, and now we're going to talk about everybody's favorite, right? High energy songs. So probably pretty obvious that high energy songs are probably, you would argue, the easiest to light really well. But similarly, honestly, to mixing audio in for a band, there are a couple things you really want to be careful about with a high energy song. So you want to gauge where the band is at energy level wise and where the peak of that's going to be, and be careful about how quickly you get there. So most high energy songs, right, are going to be, you're going to start out with a pretty full rig of lighting, right? You're going to start out with a lot of your fixtures on, in position, rocking and rolling, right? But the kicker is the band is going to keep increasing in energy throughout the song. How do you match it without running out of stuff? Okay, so similar to a mid-tempo song, I would say don't start with turning everything on at the start of the song, because then you're just going to run out of stuff. In this case, for example, we'll go ahead and turn our spots here, turn on some of our washes maybe, and I know we've got two sets of washes in here. Pop stuff into some colors, and now we're at, okay, a pretty nice place. And you can see here, I've got a lot of the toys in my rig on, and the problem with this, if you start the song out like this, is that pretty much all you can do is, you can go ahead, and you can be like, well, at least when the song starts getting busy, I can make a move, and I can make bigger movements and faster movements for higher energy spots of the song. But I would say leaving yourself a little headroom is always a wise idea. That's definitely something you want to be aware of. What does it look like and how do you do it? Well, like in this case, for example, I've got these 3 Volux Phantoms, which is a really big fixture. And so I'll turn those off. And so that's one great example is if you have like a really large wash fixture, start out with that off in the song. Other things that can be really helpful in high tempo songs is, including the audience more. So for example, I've got spots on my front light here, okay? And I don't really need them as band front light because I'm using my washes in this case. So, why not take them and stick them out in the audience, have them ready, you turn them off, right? Have them in a nice color, maybe stick in a gobo, rotating a little. And then when it comes time that you need that extra punch, that you're really high energy and you want to show it, you can go ahead, you could punch those in, right? Oops. You could punch those in and create a really nice effect on them. You could take something like the intensity, also make an effect on that, right? And be able to fade that in and out to make the space larger. Lastly, pretty key with fast songs. I think most people go, oh, fast songs are pretty easy to run things for. And they are. Remember to use your blinders, right? Using not only your blinders as blinders is one level, but also taking fixtures. So I'll take my blinders, first of all, as blinders. So using those as actual blinders to blind up the audience to add a glow, but also, using them if they tilt, that's always cool. Having that ability and running effects on that. And really, using them to color up both in white, but also, colors are great for blinders too, to use things to color them up and make that work really nice. That's another great option. And lastly, using your spots or washes as blinders is another great way to add impact, to add punch on a quicker pace song. So taking these guys, for example, I'll just turn them on to show you, and having them ready and at the go as a blinder type light can really add a great impact. So whether you're working with blinders or spots, actually, let me just go ahead and take these spots and also those blinders and we're going to pop them in a position so they're ready to go. And so we've got a really nice position there where they're blinding people. The blinders are ready to go. And it's like we can have them sitting there, strobing maybe, and we have that punch that we can bring in whenever we need. Or maybe instead of strobing, they're running an effect really fast and we can bring it in when we need, right? And have that movement, have that flashing ready to go. I think the biggest thing is just to really be mindful in a faster paced song of both how many parameters you have. So like, do you have movement? Do you have changes in color? Do you have changes of intensity? Like what aren't you using yet that you have to build with the song? Okay, because those are the things that are going to help you to keep that energy increasing as the band increases. And of course, brightness does too, right? Brightness, 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 getting brighter as you go, adding in more lights, bringing more on helps that punch, helps match what the band is doing. And then this is really key, right? Always have an exit plan, right? Just like everything in life. Be at the ready and have a way to go, okay, hey, these guys are going to slow down soon and stop punching. Okay, how do I get, these fixtures to stop doing what they're doing and shut off, right? How do I take some of my backlights and pull them down at a slower part of the song, right? How do I pull things back when the band pulls back so that I'm all ready so that, if they go and do like a trash can ending, like they're pulling down, verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. Maybe they're ending with a verse, they're really slowing down, but they're going to punch it big at the end. Be at the ready for that. Go, okay, where are my blinders? How am I controlling them so that I can bring those up, boom, and just kick the snot out of that venue when they need that killer flash of light or they need a strobe effect across the rig, etc. Like everything, with practice, you get better at these things. Definitely running lights live is an art for a band, kind of anticipating what's going on and working with it. It's definitely an art. But you can use these tips to build and to learn and to become better at this so that next time you're in a situation, you're thinking ahead and going, hey, not only am I in the moment responding to the music as an operator, but I'm also ready to go, okay, how do I slow this down or how do I add more to this depending on which way the band's going? If you enjoyed this, thank you so much for watching. Check out the other videos in this series and in this playlist. We'll link to it here on the end screen. And if you're new to all this stuff and you're like, hey, I don't know a lot, or maybe I'm looking to make my next lighting, audio, or video purchase, then hey, don't just go out and buy something. Okay, grab this free guide at freeavlguide.com. We'll put it on the screen. This is going to take you to a place where we've got a free guide for you that shows you the mistakes we see people make. They waste their time, they waste their money, and we don't want you to do that. We want to help save you time and save you money next time you're looking to buy any equipment and help you learn how to use it the best we can. You'll learn all about that at freeavlguide.com, so be sure to check that out, and we'll see you guys in our next video. See ya.